Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Nina Williams in Depth. I'm your host, Friendly Tree, and today I want to talk about Nina's move, quarter circle forward 2, or shut up. As always, I want to make sure the settings are all set up normally before we start. Yep. Hide the health gauge because we don't need it. Otherwise, that's good. Alright, quarter circle forward 2. So I called it shut up. It's often also known as STFU. Here we go. So quarter circle forward 2. The move itself in the move list is called shut up, but a lot of people do refer to it as STFU, which is shut the bad word up. So that's a name that's been known for it just in the community for quite a while, but a lot of people still refer to it just as quarter circle forward 2 as well. Alright, so the input is a quarter circle forward 2 of course, and it looks like this. You can see I did it, I'm doing it a frame late there. Here we go. So as per frame data, if I'm doing it properly, if I'm doing it as fast as possible, it says at startup frame 20 frames, but you need 3 inputs in total to do it. So the 20 frames is from the attack button, which means that doing this move in neutral takes at least 22 frames. Of course, you can delay quite a bit during the dash, or during the quarter circle forward, so you can change your timing of it, whether you do it instantly, or whether you do it quite slow. So also we see 20 or 21 frames, so it's got 2 active frames, and it knocks down on hit. If we do it on block, we can see it's -8, so it's either -8 or -7, depending on which active frame it connects on, which is still not a very good situation for Nina, so you can't do too much after this move on block without risking taking damage. You could duck still, of course, or you could sidestep or do something in the anticipation of them doing a slower move. Yeah. Okay, so what about range? So this move has quite a lot of range. So if we go back to about 3, you can see it can hit there. And of course, because I can delay the quarter circle forward, I can increase the range quite easily just by doing the input of the move. But if we do it instantly, we're looking at about 3, range 3. Yeah, so let's get back to 3. Just over 3. Good. It's this move is also an interesting move for Nina, just because of its I guess it's tracking. So Nina's conventionally known to be weak to her left, so the opponent's sidestepping right, and this is a very well established move of Nina's. However, if we've got them stepping left here, which is her strong direction to track, this will whiff. But if we've got them stepping right, meaning that they're going toward Nina's weak side, this will hit. So this covers her weak side nicely, which is a very good thing about this move. Okay, as well as that, you would have seen earlier that I did this move after a sidestep 1. So because her sidestep 1 or any of her moves that can cancel into a forward sway, including her rage drive, go into the quarter circle forward motion. If you hold the forward, if you hold the directional input and then press 2, this will come out as a quarter circle forward 2. So you can do this move as the 22 frame input of down forward forward 2 and delaying it as much as you want, or you can do it from a sway cancel into the move. This move has other properties as well. You'll notice when it knocks them away, put them stand, we'll put them guard all. When it knocks them away, they're left in face down feet toward, which is the most common position in the game, right? Most common knockdown position. But if we were to do something to knock them down or hit them with this move when they're on the ground, so let's say we've knocked them down and we do it again, it leaves them in this position, so it leaves them in face down feet away, which is a much more threatening Oki position, or much better for you to knock the opponent into, because it means that their get up kicks are all very unsafe. It means that their wake up options are very limited, so they can't do a spring kick, for example. They can, however, still do things like a tech roll. Or can they do a quick back roll? Hold on. So if I go like this... Oh, sorry. No. Or a quick recovery they can't do. Oh, yikes. Yeah. So they can only tech roll or do the options from here. Oops. So, for example, if we go like this, you can see I'm plus 20 there. They do the mid, I'm plus 19. So you're at a much greater advantage. They're kind of crazy to do a get up attack here. It's risky, but don't count it out. So just know that at least if you've knocked them into this position, you can do much, or you can punish them much better, and their options are more limited. Alright, what else do we need to talk about with this move? So property wise, we didn't talk about damage. So 25 damage, it means that in situations like this, 40 damage, opposed to doing something like a Blom Bomb, 39, or a forward forward 3. Oops. Oh my god. I don't do forward forward 3 here often. Here we go, 39. So you can see, because of its damage, it's often actually the most rewarding option in these situations too. So it can be a high damage move. The properties of it tracking her weak side are great, and also the fact that it hits on the ground, or can be used in these combos and flips them into the face down feet away. It's very advantageous for Nina. So how can we apply this move to our gameplay? Of course, like I said before, you can use it in combos, or you can use it in short combos, or it does have some situations where you can use it in bigger combos. Oops. Oh, that's no fun. I've got to do the full thing. Oh no. One more try, everyone. I give up. Yeah, anyway, so you can use it in combos for quite high damage. You can use it in short combos, and you can create good Oki from it, such as you can even do it from here. Well, if you got the timing right, you can crouch cancel and you can make that guaranteed. It's a bit tight to do though. Oh yikes. It's the pressure of being on a recording. So it's got good application for combos. Also, like I said, it covers Nina's weak side. So if you know someone is going to be sidestepping right against you a lot, you can use it to cover your side. And I mean, it's safe on block as well, but the catch here is it's 20 frames. With that as well, 20 frames, it does mean that it is a frame trap after sidestep 1 on hit. So it's a mid option that you can do on hit. But on block, of course, they can interrupt it. So, for example, actually off the top of my head, I don't know how fast you can go. Can you do a 14? No, can you do a 13? Nope. Okay, trades with 11. So that's not too bad, really, is it? It's probably worth throwing out from time to time, because at least you got someone with a godlike 10 frame. Obviously not the wall against a lot of characters either. But yeah, so it's a mid option that you can throw out from there. There are lower risk ones, because once again, if they do this and you sidestep left, you're at great risk. But it's good that it covers Nina's weak side. Okay, it also has some application after a knockdown. So, as I said before, it hits OTG. So, for example, if we were to do something like, yeah, drop the combo like that. Wow, I am not doing this well. Okay, let's just do this. You can catch them again on the ground with a safe mid. And you'll find if you're doing these sort of things, yeah, there's risk there. But other knockdown situations, it's not quite the same. So if you do certain moves that knock down, this is a good option. Although once again, you've got to be careful of them ticking left. Oh. Yeah, there we go. If you delay it a little bit, it'll catch there. But I mean, then the get up kicks might hit you. Oops. So if I delay it a lot, I get hit. The interesting thing about this move as well is spring attacks. So if you do this stuff, it'll beat spring attacks too. And I think for the rest of this we need to go to a different stage. Because as well as beating spring attacks, it has another good advantage. Another property which I did not properly discuss before, and that is the fact that it wall splats from a long range. So let's see, from here, yeah, you've got a long range wall splat. So that's a very nice tool, and a lot of characters don't really have something that is the same as that. Got to stand and approach. There we know. So if I were to do something like this, you can get a wall splat there too. So, oh yikes. So what are we doing with this? So just depending on the range you're at. I mean, in this scenario, you're probably only going to get a single hit, but it's yeah, that wasn't guaranteed. But you get the idea. So you can wall splat with it too, and you can use it for Oki and cause a wall splat depending on what they do. If they stay grounded, then I mean it hits OTG too, and it's safe if they stand up and block. So the only real threat here is if they tech to the left. So it can be pretty good in Oki. The situation, as I showed before, is you've got to be careful when you use it, because if you use it in a situation where the opponent has time to, they could do a get up kick, they could interrupt it because it is quite slow. The next thing I want to talk about, another nice thing with it, is because of its floating properties, it can be used for what is essentially her max damage wall bounce combos that aren't off axis. So you can do things like that. So that's not even max damage there, but it gives you the idea. So you can go, oh, come on, boom. You've got to get the range right to do this. So it's really rewarding, but it's very range specific. Yeah. Alright, anyway, you get the idea of it there. So that's some application for it. A lot of the time I'd use it in different Oki situations. Even when it's not guaranteed, it can be great to use. Like this scenario, or... oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing is you can use it for wall hits too. So if we get into the wall, and let's just say you can flip them over like that and get Oki. And if you look at this, oh sorry, that's too early. You've got to do it low to the ground to get the Oki. Come on, Nina. She's all over the place. Alright, we're just going to do another hit there to get it down. Oh my god. Just messing around with the mechanics more than anything else, aren't I? So let's just boom, boom, boom. Ah, boom, boom, boom. And let's say we do this near the wall, we can do it again. And it'll wall splat. You're going to do that little bit of a delay if you're doing that many hits, or that few hits. Yeah. So it can be a pretty threatening option there, once again with the option that they can do being a tick to the right. So, let's think about that. With what I was just doing then, because I was going off axis. So what can I do to cover that? I can step to the right. So it becomes a lot more threatening as Oki at the wall if you do that. Because then suddenly you're covering the one weak point. It's a bit harder for you to do this kind of thing away from the wall, of course, because you need to use that time to dash up. But it can be very threatening at the wall for that reason. This move has another interesting property near the wall. So let's talk about the Oki first, actually. So a very common wall hit is the ivory cutter. If they stay grounded, you get a guaranteed OTG, or a guaranteed OTG really. And this is one of them. And you get that Oki that we're just talking about. Now, they can stand up and block and you're at -8. Or, by stand up, sorry, I mean quick back roll. But let's say they stand up and don't block. This is where you can get very easy setup for some nice cross-up Oki. So you'll be familiar with the 3 roll Oki into back turn stuff. Doing this as a wall splat close to the wall sets you up perfectly for that. So if we go like this, then do that, and we have to have that on tick roll. Oh my god, I can't have them on both. Oh well, anyway, so let's say we've done that and they've stood up and they do it again. We get them back turn and we can get, oh my god, dropping all my hits. Then we're getting that all guaranteed. Or you can do something else if you want, and you can go like this into that, and then just do whatever you want. Yeah. So this move sets you up perfectly in the perfect position and set up to do that stuff. And it's funny, you just watch me drop it. Yeah. So it can be very deadly for Oki there too. What else do we need to talk about with this move? Oh yeah, so, and it's also got an interesting thing where the properties of the wall splat differ depending on where you are. So of course, if you're close to the wall, that's where I'm suggesting you do this. If you're further away from the wall, sorry, if you're here, for example, you can get different resplat opportunities. So sorry, so if you're close to the wall, yeah, I really want to show the cool one, come on. Maybe I need to stand and approach here like I had before. Oh, I nearly got it. Maybe if the sides do... No. I mean, that's one of them. But, no, sorry. It must, I must be a bit off here. When did I do it? Because what you used to be able to do was you do the splat, back dash into that, and then you get a combo. So you do the whole Shamrock special. And I can't even get it to come out half the time. Anyway, you've got other options. You've got lots of good options. yeah, anyway, that's me rambling on a little bit too much, but that's STFU, quarter circle forward 2, or shut up as it's called in the move list. So it's a wall splat, it has lots of different uses there. Anyway, on to the next thing. So in conclusion, Nina's quarter circle forward 2, shut up in the move list, or known as STFU in the community, is a 20 frame mid move that hits OTG, done in neutral, can come out as fast as 22 frames due to the input, but can also be performed out of a forward sway, or any move that causes a forward sway, or that can be cancelled into a forward sway. As I said, it hits OTG, it does a good amount of damage, it can reach for about range 3, unless you delay the input where you can make it reach even further. It tracks to Nina's weak side, which is her left side, and the opponent's sidestepping right, but it does not track to her strong side, which is her right side or the opponent sidestepping left. It gives special properties where it knocks down on hit, -8 on block, but if you hit them when they're on the ground, instead of knocking them into face up feet toward, it knocks them into face down feet away for very good Oki. It can be used in mini combos, it can be used to end combos, and it can be used mid combos in some situations, such as a wall bounce or after a quarter circle forward 1. It can be used to cause Oki, and it can be used in other situations in an Oki situation to beat a lot of options. The only real exception being if they get up and do a sidestep if they've got enough time, or tech roll to the left, as it will not track, unless you delay it or put yourself off axis. Anyway, that's my video on Nina's STFU. I hope you all like it. Please comment below how you use this move. Do you like it, or do you think there are better options for you to use in different scenarios? Thanks everyone, I'm a friendly tree, and thank you for checking out this video. See you next time. I'm not good at key charging. See you next time.
You win.
What's done is done.